Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to have a go at modelling a Stormtrooper helmet from Star Wars. So I'm going to insert a canvas into my reference images, and I have found this one here. Make it a bit bigger, about 10 times bigger. And let's drag this one to the front like that, and then we're going to do the same on the side. Let's go to insert canvas. Then let's bring that slightly like that. And then we'll do one more for the back as well. Let's do insert canvas. And then I'm going to bring over the back. Okay, so like with the other, if you've been following the other tutorials with the other helmets, Mandalorian ones, we're doing the same sort of thing. What we're going to do, let's turn that one off first, is jump into forms and grab a sphere. I'm going to want to do it on this plane here. Click, and then let's make it a little bit smaller. Then like that. And then right click, move copy, and put that into position. And then we're going to want to create a cylinder. Same plane. Drag it down like that. Okay, so the first thing is we just want to sort of mold these or weld these together. I'm going to delete this half of the body. I'm going to take this one, right click, move copy, and bring it up. And then under modify, we're going to go to weld vertices. We'll start clicking. You click on the one you want to move, and then where do you want to move it to? Work our way around. Like that. So we've got like the basic primitive shape we want to start with. Next, it's just a case of trying to push and pull it to sort of get the overall shape to begin with. So we're going to remove a couple of these layers because we don't need them. Okay. So what we'll do is going to give that a quick save as well. So let's call this. Okay, then right click, edit form. And then I mainly click on vertices, and I like to drag, select, come up and sort of put it into position. I'm going to aim to do it about halfway around this cylindrical bit because we're going to use a pipe command in a little bit to make that sort of shape. That. And you'll notice that as you're doing things, it does alter other things as well. So you don't just move one vertices and it doesn't affect anything else. It does have a knock-on effect everywhere else. So you need to sort of tweak as you go in. Matching the reference as best as we can do. As well, I think. Okay, it's looking okay from that side. Let's jump to the front. And then same again, let's edit form, but this time let's just do full body first. Just scale it in a bit more. Like that. And then shouldn't have done that, let's edit form and scale bring that in again. Like that. Then let's turn symmetry on. Then if we go to edit form, and same again, I'm going to take vertices, have to bring it into position. See how that's looking. Let's turn off our reference for now. Okay, so a few things I've got to make sure. So I kind of wanted to make sure that I've got essentially that little sticky out a bit where like it curls out where the like nose respirator bit is. And then same on the front later when we're doing something, I kind of want to make sure that we've got this bit here covered, because when we do something later, we need to have this all the way down. If anything, actually, it probably needs to come a little bit further, like that. Okay, and then what we'll do is finish form. If when you try to finish form and it won't let you, normally what it means is something's intersecting, and typically with helmets, it tends to be at the top here. So what you could just do is you could just select all of these, delete, and then if you select that, go to modify and fill hole. Like that. So you could do it that way as well if you have the same problem. But it hasn't happened this time, but I've seen it come up a couple of times online when people were asking about one of the other videos. I just thought I'd highlight that. Okay, so we've now got the basic sort of shape that we want. We have got autosave enabled now, which is good. So first of all, under bodies, we've got a surface. Let's go over to surface, create, and thicken. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to drag that out a little bit. I'm not going to do much. Maybe we'll do like 1. Enter. So that's now become a body we can mess with. I'll turn the canvas on. And we're going to start cutting this body apart to start getting some details in. So I'm going to create a sketch. A few details are quite easy. A few of them are a little more tricky. I have done quite a few run-throughs of this. Because of all the helmets so far, this is certainly the more challenging one. What we like a challenge. Okay, so once we've got that sketch, split body, I'm going to split using that. And then our sketches will turn off, so we'll turn that back on. That's same again. Split body. Like that. So if you see, essentially I've cut it into 4 parts. We are going to mirror everything across as well, so it doesn't necessarily matter if we don't do everything perfectly symmetrical. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's hide that bit. And then let's hide that bit, and then let's hide that bit as well. Oh, no, wrong bit. So we're going to create and pipe. Go to square. Selection size. Something like that, but we want it to be new body. Then we're going to want it to be bigger, so I'm going to press pull and drag up like that. So now I've got like the rim of that part. It is quite hard to see sometimes with the canvas. I end up like tackling the canvas on and off at times because it gets a bit annoying. I'm going to go to modify chamfer. Let's grab these chamfers here. Okay, we're going to want to do two distances. Let's bring you in here, bring it down about there. Let's then do an offset plane. So what we want to do is construct offset, grab that plane, I'm going to drag it across, and create a sketch on that plane. Let's sketch out this shape here. Let's fillet these corners slightly. I think we'll fillet those as well, make one a little bit less. I'll grab that, hit E for extrude, and cut through. So there's going to be basically loads of holes to begin with, but then later on it'll start to make a bit more sense. Let's turn that off, and then what we're going to do is let's do a fillet on here. Let's try like a 0.2, and let's turn that off. Fillet on this one again. Let's do like a 0.2. That gives us that nice little separation there. Let's come to the back, and then we are going to turn that canvas back on, but we're going to turn off the front one, put on the back one. Let's do an offset plane again. I'm going to drag it out, sketch. And then let's fillet those corners again. E to extrude. Okay. So start to get a few more detail. As I said, we're going to mirror everything across. It doesn't matter that we're only doing it on one side. Okay, next, let's have a look. Let's start to do details on the front. So let's turn that off and do this one. So what we're going to want to do is create a sketch. I'm going to start to sketch out these eyes. Now we're going to want to find exactly in the middle. So I'm going to project there and then do a line. The whole point of that being that we can find that middle perfectly. Which is what we want. And then we're going to go to create an arc, a 3-point arc. Let's start to trace out the eye. Again, let's fillet. These again to make them a little bit less harsh. And then we want to offset that, so let's bring that out to about there. Let's mirror that and that across that mirror line. Then do an arc. Let me start to trim off certain bits. I'm going to come here, hold down shift. Because that way I know I'm going to get a tangent line. Again, I'm going to come hold down shift. Okay, so I'm actually going to mirror all that across in a second. Let's just get rid of these bits. Okay, then we're going to get rid of all these as well. So let's grab all these again. Create and mirror. Select that mirror line. And then let's just do a little fillet here as well, so we know. Nice smooth transition. Don't know why Fusion's been quite slow today. Oh, that's not what we wanted. That's already done the fillet. It's okay. Okay, so we're going to finish sketch. So if I turn off canvas, you can see what's going on. What the body is. Essentially, we've made like this iron mask style thing. Okay, now we are going to put our body back on. And it is just this bit we want. So what we're going to do is go to split body. We're going to select that tool, okay. Turn the sketch back on, split body. Okay, so I'm going to do one at a time, so split body. Grab that. Split body. Like that. So then if I turn off the sketch, we've got what looks like a very, very weird pair of goggles. We then don't need those bits, so we can actually remove them. So let's remove. Remember to always remove rather than delete. Okay, bring all those things back. What we're going to do, so if you look at the reference image, it comes out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is press pull. grab that and come up a bit. Not a great deal, something, yeah, like 0.5 maybe, something like that. And then what we're going to try and do is split this as well. So we'll do one, split it across. So let's turn off that. So split body, select sketch. This one we don't want. So now we've just got one bit of the eye. So then let's go to modify and chamfer. Do distance like last time, that's what we wanted. Don't want that bit. Back for a second. Drag down. Try again, modify chamfer. I just want the edge. Bring these back. Bring it about there. And then let's go to fillet. Grab that edge. Essentially trying to make it like a smooth transition. Something like that. Click OK. This one we will now remove, we don't want it. Remove. Let's mirror. So create mirror. Grab this bit. Join like that. Then let's just do fillet here. See, now we're starting to get like that separation from the rest of the face, which is what we wanted. Can we go a bit bigger? Something like that. We might change that later. We'll have a look and see how it looks. Let's go to fillet and grab these edges. Sketch off for now. Although we have autosave, and I will do like to kind of do my own little safety save every once in a while, just to make sure, particularly when you're doing like forms and more complex things, because occasionally you see Fusion thinking about stuff and then it grinds to a halt. Okay. Let's press pull and grab this and just ever so slightly make it come out a bit more. There you go. So next, let's do nose bit. So what we're going to do is we have got an offset plane, I think, for what we must do for the front. So let's grab that. And then what we're going to do is grab an arc, 3-point arc. Try and get a better line than that. Let's fill it again so we've got a better transition. Let's mirror that across. And let's fill it there and there. Finish sketch. Oh, annoyingly, I've done that in the wrong place. But we can still use it, it's fine. Let's grab that. Cut through. There you go, we've still got the same effect. Okay, let's come around to the side. And then let's do another offset plane. Come out. And here we're going to grab an arc tool again. I'm fully aware, by the way, we're not matching the reference exactly, but because we sort of traced it and then thickened it, it's not going to match up perfectly anyway, but we'll get as close as we can do. Okay, let's grab that. Turn off our canvas. Bring that through. Okay. So what are the big details we need to sort out? I think those are the main ones. So now it's a case of trying to do like a respirator part. So let's go to create and pipe. Let's go to new body. You want circular. Quite a bit bigger. See, that's why we made sure we didn't like come all the way down. That looks about right. Yeah, that seems okay. Okay. So now a few more details to get onto here. So let's sketch line. And we're going to finish sketch and then split body. Like that. We want to make this a bit bigger, so press pull. Like that sort of thing. So that becomes bigger than the rest. We want to do the same here as well. So what I'm going to do sketch. We want arc, 3-point arc. Body. Turn that sketch back on. Split body. Like that. And same thing, I'm going to press pull on that bit. Let's turn that off a second so we can see what's going on. Change that a bit bigger, see what a bit bigger doesn't work. And we are going to, like I say, we're going to, with everything, we're going to cut in half a mirror, so we're not too fussed about it not being done on both sides. I'm going to chamfer. Let's do equal. There you go. That's quite nice. And then let's do these holes here. So for that, I'm going to do, we've got our offset plane here. Create a sketch line. I'm going to sort of just follow it like that. Finish sketch. I'm going to go to construct plane at an angle. I kind of want it to be a bit like that. We can change this angle later if we don't like it. Okay, now we're going to have some rectangles. So let's do an arc first, because it's going to go like that, and then we do a rectangle. Right, I'm going to try and do the extrude first and then pattern it, see if it works, because it did work the first time I practiced it. The second time it didn't, and we had to do it a different way. There are multiple ways of doing it. We'll just try it this way first and see what happens. Let's these. Okay, let's turn that sketch on, and hopefully pattern along a path. We change it to features. If we grab the extrude and fillet and select this, and if we up these numbers, will it work? Just gonna think about it for a second. It did. Okay, now I'm gonna edit that slightly. more time. Let's. Okay, and hopefully what we could do, although this might make Fusion cry if we try and do this too much. There you go. So I don't know if you can spot that, but I dragged that sketch and then it actually altered all of them slightly, so it wasn't quite as big. Okay. So next, I'll start to do some functions that might slow Fusion down a bit. So I'm going to give that another save just so nothing crashes. Let's do an offset plane. Bring it out here. Create a sketch. Let's turn this on. Okay, now what we're going to do is sketch this out. So I'm going to come down the middle and use our normal sort of sketch arc line tools. Nearly done. Okay, so we've got that sketch. I'm actually considering changing this size slightly. I might offset that back a little bit. Let's just mirror all of this. And of course, we just need it to be a closed profile, so I'm just gonna. Okay, so we've got that sketch. What I might actually do is just ever so slightly. Smaller. Now let's grab this profile. So this is where it might start to slow down quite a bit because it's going to be quite a big job. Okay, let's turn that sketch back on. Let's just try and alter this a little bit. Okay, let's mirror that. And let's just close this profile up. Okay, let's see what happens. That looks better. Okay. So we are going to like combine a lot of this stuff afterwards. So like these duplicate faces we won't actually see either. So let's see what's going on. Okay, that is there. Okay. I am going to split this now. So let's hide all of these bits. And then I've got that sketch in the middle somewhere. That's the one. So let's split along there. And then we don't need. Right click and remove. We don't need. Excuse me, and we don't need. Okay. We are not that far away from being finished. Let's give this a quick save. I'm just gonna have a drink quickly. Let's have a look at like the earpiece, because when we do like the respirator bit, it'll be the same as when we do like all the eyes, all these sort of bits, because we'll do it in one command using this part basically. So Give it a save. Nothing's crashed yet. Now I've said it out loud, it probably will do. Let's do, as I said, let's do the ear bit. This bit here. Let's get an offset plane, which we've got somewhere. Here we go. Let's do side bit. Okay, circle. Do rectangle. Okay. Right, we want, let's come down a bit. Let's come down a bit. We want to shove there. Get it there. Let's extrude this bit out. Make sure that's at the new body. Create a sketch on this surface here. In the middle. In the middle. Okay. Mirror those. And let's just alpha line and make a parallel come round. Then we can extrude this bit. Fill it. Do the same on the other side. Okay. Let's grab all those, move and copy. Something. That. We want to make sure we've got no gaps there, so we can press pull. It's not coming through, is it? It's not coming through. Okay, so then if you look at the profile, we've got this bit here comes out as well. So let's take that offset plane again. Create and arc. Let's turn off some of these bodies that are in the way. Okay. What we want to do is actually split so we can make this little bit. So let's split body. Oh, it did work. I wasn't expecting that to work then. We also want to do that face as well. There you go. Let's grab that, press pull, bring all these back. Something like that. Let's just combine those together. Let's then modify and chamfer. We're going to do two distances again this time. By this, and then let's fillet that. And then let's sharpen around the edges. Okay, it's not going to let us do that. So someone out the window just started cutting something up, so hopefully it doesn't pick up on the mic. Okay. Equal distance. How is that looking? Okay. I think now what I'm going to do is combine you and you together. Make sure I save so nothing crashes. Combine you and you together. And then, will you let me fillet this? Or is it going to be a bit funky? it might be a bit funky just because there's quite small lines there. Oh no, it did. Can I make that bigger? I can. I was thinking about it, too big. 0.4. Okay. Right, so that's pretty much done. And then I'm going to combine not combine anything, just no, we're going to mirror it all anyway, so it's fine if I combine. Well, let's give a save. Combine. Right, let's do, before I do that, now we want to make the actual like incut for like the eyes, the nose, all those bits. So we're going to take this body that we've had before, this one here. What we're going to do is go to surface again, create and thicken. Grab that. Bring in something like that. Then what we're going to do is go to combine, change it to cut, target body is this one. Make sure I select keep tools, very important, otherwise it will remove everything we've done. Okay, why are you not? Let's try that again. So that will work. That will work. That one will work. Okay. Maybe I just need to combine you. Okay, so it's not overlapping, which it should be. No, why is that? Okay, let's do what we were doing. Combine, cut. Okay. Let's try. Well, it seems to be doing the trick, even though it's not quite cooperating as we wanted to. Okay. I am going to start adding some materials to make it a little bit easier to see what's going on. Let's plastic. Plastic glossy, don't we? Let's duplicate that. See how it's looking. It's looking okay. Hopefully see it starting to take shape a bit more. Let's move on to doing. In fact, we're done with this bit, aren't we? So let's just mirror. So I'm trying to decide what to do. Being indecisive. Okay, let's give those a little tweak. Let's do a mirror, create mirror. Let's then look at Size profile. Yeah, this has got some holes in it, so let's. The side one doesn't, but the back one does as well. So let's do offset. Bring it out. This one we're going to want to isolate as well. And then let's. Oh, so that's all stuck as one. It doesn't actually matter, that's all stuck as one piece actually. Let's do rectangle. New copy. Paste. Okay, let's isolate that. Interesting that it seems to think that in intersecting when it clearly is. Need to bring that up a bit, I feel, quite a bit more. Right, and then let's actually turn on whatever sketch that was. Quite early on, wasn't it? Oh, there you go. Split body. New. Okay, let's do that. Turn that sketch off. That sketch off. This body. Isolate. That sketch. Split body. Okay. Let's just see if I've done any damage there. Let's pick up the grey one, that's what we want. Let's bring everything back. Oop. I'm just trying to figure out why it kept saying it's not joined when it clearly is. Okay, there we go. That's better. But it's less messy. The question still remains, though. Why does it not think that this is intersecting this bit? Okay, that's much better. That's tidied up now. And again, we're going to mirror everything across, so it's not the only thing that is bothering me now. Before I go, it's not a deal breaker because it doesn't. You can't tell when it's muddled, but it won't connect to the like face bit to there, which is really irritating. I'll do the rest of it and then we'll come back to it. Hopefully, I'll like have an epiphany. Okay. Let's do the hole in the back. Do another construction plane. Rectangle again. Turn it back on. Create rectangular button. Just put those numbers up. Okay, and E to extrude. There we go. Let's isolate that. Okay, so the last thing before we do all our mirroring is do our respirator bit. So let's isolate that. I am quickly going to make it a bit easier to see first. Okay. Okay, let's offset. Okay, so then let's split body. Turn the sketch back on. Split body. Split body. Not combined, sorry, split body. Okay. I'll put the point of doing that. Let's remove that one first. Again, one mirror. Is let's press pull. Don't want it to come out that far. Okay, then let's delete those. Then let's combine them all back together again. I'll combine like that, and then create mirror. Select and join. Of black on there. You see our thing there. And then the last thing to do is to just make a cylinder. Something like that. Copy, I'll bring it up one direction. Move copy. There we go. Press pull. I want to press pull. Combine. Cut. We don't want. And let's bring everything back again. Pull this a little bit. Then let's extrude this out. New body. Press pull a little bit just to make it a bit thicker. And fill it. We are going to texture this in other software as well, but I quite like to add materials as we're going because it kind of makes it a bit easier to make out. Okay, so we want to just split everything now. So let's give this a save. Let's start combining stuff. So okay, so it's all one body except for the face or the eye bits, which we still can't figure out why. It's annoying me greatly. Right, let's split body. Split that whole body. And split it with that. remove remove get rid of all the random little bits we don't need. Let's mirror, create mirror, grab that, mirror plane. Okay, before let's not do that mirror just yet. Let's mirror all the little bits first. Let's mirror you, you. Okay, that is it. You. Then let's mirror across there. Then let's combine you and you. Okay, we've not mirrored that bit, so let's I don't think that mirror plane is perfectly in the middle, so let's get all lost though, so let's go back a second. Okay. Let's create a round mirror plane we know is perfect. Okay. Let's mirror you. So I've got to mirror you. Okay, let's take this one as well. Split body. Better. Okay, so last thing, respirate a bit. Let's split that as well. Split body. This bit don't want. This bit we do. Create, mirror. Bodies. Okay. Now it's just a case, let's just once over, make sure we're happy with everything, how we're looking in render. It's looking nice. So there's one last thing we're going to try. It might not work, so if it doesn't, we'll export it as it is and start to texture it. But let's just come in here, turn on canvas. I'm just going to see if I can sort of like raise that up a little bit, but it might not work. So we'll try. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Okay, let's create mirror. Okay. Lip body. I did not try this in practice. I just wanted to try it and see if it worked. Okay. All I want to try and do very slightly. Let's try that, and then let's just see if this works. Maybe it will. maybe this offset is a bit too big. No, I'm not a fan. Let's go back and undo. There we go. Okay. Turn all our sketches off. So let's jump into render. So that is the end of the modeling side of things. If you're going to stop with Fusion, hopefully you found that quite useful, interesting, quite a long one. It took me quite a lot of practice ways to do it. There's no way I can really condense it anymore, really. So apologies for the length of it. I am going to have a go at texturing this in another software as well. So if you stick around and carry on doing that, please do. Otherwise, got any questions, leave a comment down below or email me at thesign@simon@outlook.com. Okay, so now that we're in Maya, what we're going to do is go to File and Import. Find our model. So on my desktop, in my folder, I've got Stormtrooper model. I'm going to drag everything, E to rotate, hold down J to snap it into position. So we've got our Stormtrooper helmet. What we want to do is then select all, go to UV and delete UVs, and select all, UV editor. And for this, I'm just going to quickly do create and automatic. So then go to UV, select them all, modify, and layout. Okay, now what we're going to look for is just that we've got nice even squares everywhere. Looks like we do, so I'm going to close that. Now we're just going to add a color ID to everything, so we're just going to start grabbing this part, because this is all going to be one color. And that bit as well, so we're going to grab that, and everything else is going to be the same white. Let's go to assign favorite color, do a blend, call it main white. And then we're going to do, let's just make that a bit more white. There we go, and then let's grab these ear parts. Grab headband. Make that black. I'm going to grab the eye parts as well, same thing. Eyes. Slightly different color, there we go. Then let's grab these parts because these are all going to be the same. We'll just call those insert. And the last thing to do is respirator part there, but by the looks of it, I'm just going to check because it looks like I've got multiple materials on there. So let's just, oh no, it looks, okay, what might be the case is it might be that I've got two models on top of each other. We'll try it and see how it looks in from a texture again. Let's go to material, do blend. Okay, let's just change the color of that as well. I've got to do that. There we go. So I'm going to give that a quick save. Call it Stormtrooper Unwrap. Then let's go to File, Export, FBX. Go to Desktop. Okay, and the last little bit, we're going to jump over to Marmoset to have a go at texturing. Okay, so now that we are in Marmoset, what we're going to do is import our model. So on our desktop, we've got Stormtrooper to texture. I'm going to create a new bake project. I drag all that into the low poly. Bake project. What we're going to do is output. Find somewhere to put that. So we put that. I've got a whole folder of Marmoset maps because it does take up quite a lot of space. Change this to PNG. Okay, and then let's change samples to 16, multiple texture sets. I'm going to select a new project for each of these ones, which means we can just assign different materials to them. And then maps. We're going to want curvature, ambient, material ID. Don't need any height. Don't need any. We'll add some thickness in as well. Then let's bake selected textures. Okay, so now we're ready to have a go at texturing. So what we're going to do is go to texture. First thing I like to do is go to sky and just change the lighting. And typically I'll do a 3-point lighting. It's like a standard sort of thing. Let's change that brightness quite a bit. Something like that. Go to render. I'm not going to turn on ambient occlusion so you can start to see all the shadows of everything. But now we are ready to have a go at texturing. So let's start with here, go to Windows and Library. Take a plastic. Change this to white. Roughness we'll turn up a little bit because we don't want it to be super. Like that. Roughness we'll turn up a little bit. Something like that. Okay, let's just see how we're looking so far. Okay, let's come to eyes. Black. Inserts. That's going to be a darker grey, a little bit darker, not as glossy. So let's turn the roughness up. Roughness up, like one maybe. Yeah, something like that. I'll give this a quick little save. Okay, let's the respirator. Tips. Like metal. Something like that. Headband. Plastic. And ears as well. We want as like the grey, don't we? So let's do like one. Okay, so we've got like the basic materials down for our helmet. So that's sort of adding a few little details and that sort of thing. So let's have a look. Turn ray tracing off. That's better. Okay, let's white. Okay, let's add in some dents. Let's try this one. Bring it up. Let's turn off. Printed. There we go. That looks not like it. Let's then add some scratches and things like that, so that gets some rust. I think I turned the glossiness down in a second. I was going to add in some more sort of details, but then I think, oh, I don't want to put that. Okay, it's looking good. I'll give this a quick little save. Right, let's change this glossiness. There we go. So let's bring it up to like 0.5. But yeah, that looks better, I feel. Let's try. Okay, 0.4. So it's got a little bit of shine to it, but not much. Let's just change that on all of these as well. So let's change 4. Eyes we want glossy. Inserts. Let's change that to 0.4. Same with respirator. Probably got it to 0.4. back to the main body, I think. For now, that's looking fine. That's the ear. Same sort of thing, let's add in rust layer. Okay. Inserts, again, same sort of things. Let's go to rust. Black mask. Now what we're trying to do is just sort of break it up so it doesn't look too clean, too perfect, because that's when it starts to look a bit odd. It's good to have a little bit of wear as we're doing things. Respirator. It just breaks it up a little bit. Okay, let's have a look at how we're doing. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. We might add, that's render, let's just ray tracing on. Maybe a little bit more detail. Let's go back to the main white. Maybe do like a few speckles of like blood or something. So let's do like a blood layer. Black mask. Let's have a look what sort of textures. Try this and see how that looks. No, it doesn't look. Let's delete that. Let's make that red, darky, blood sort of color, something like that. Then let's add a black mask. Let's try. Try that. Maybe. Let's try something else. Let's do maybe splatter. How's that gonna? No, it's no good. Let's go back up. We'll use one of the ones we had earlier. Let's try. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so let's just jump out to render. Turn ray tracing on so you can see what it's going to look like. If you wanted to, we can always turn on a bit more so you can see. Do something like that. Down a bit. Okay, so go to render, ray tracing on. Let's output image, transparent background, and we'll render image, and we'll stop there. So hopefully you found that as an interesting project to do. If you've got any questions, please leave a comment down below or email me at design with Simon@outlook.com.